Hey there, this is Dr. Pam Perry, and I am not Brian Oles, as you probably can recognize, right? Brian is actually doing an event today till about 3 o'clock, and he is very busy speaking. That's what we do at Black Speakers Network. So, welcome, welcome. And the other person who should be joining us is also speaking, well, actually doing speaker training today for the Toastmasters group, Dr. Cheryl Wood, who is the president of the Toastmasters group in the DMV. So both Brian and Dr. Cheryl, Dr. Brian and Dr. Cheryl, you're stuck with Dr. Pam. But we're going to go through what happened at SpeakerCon and really kind of maybe wrap up a lot of things that have been happening over the last year or so with speakers. I just really finished a Speak Sell Shine event. There is a lot of events that Stage Domination happened earlier this year. So if you are a speaker, you need to really hear how you can get in where you fit in, because there's something for everyone. At SpeakerCon specifically was a storytelling contest, and I was a judge for all 12 of them who had to give a 3-minute speech. Talk about pressure, right? Because if they went over 3 minutes, they were disqualified. So, what we'll do today is really go over the magazine page by page and tell you about who is in there, how you can actually connect with them. And then at that point, kind of tell you a little bit how you can get involved with SpeakerCon for 2024, Speak Sell Shine for 2024, how you can get involved, obviously, in Black Speakers Network on a regular basis, because I'm telling you, they are leaving so many gems. I always say, I hear from my mentor, success leaves clues. And if you look at the clues, you can find the success. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring up the magazine, and we'll actually go through it. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just love, you see, Dr. Sherwood. This is the cover that this girl talk about transformations. I'm telling you, from year to year, she just literally, she's been on the cover. This is her fifth cover, and this is her fifth year for SpeakerCon as well. So within this issue are embedded videos, and the videos go to her speaking, to her TEDx talks, to when she was on Fox 5. So you can get this in the mail at speakersmagazine.com. That's always an option. But you can also follow us on Instagram, and the hashtag that we used this year was SpeakerCon. So you can kind of feel like you were there when you weren't really there. And you can actually see all of the events that was happening, all the people that were there. I always say those that show up go up. So if you really want to go up in your speaking career, you want to expand your network, be seen, be visible, you have to show up, unless you're busy like Brian and Dr. Cheryl, right? So you want to make sure that you're showing up at these events to meet the people that you've seen on the pages over the years. And so this particular one is really, her thing was about sharing your story, amplifying your voice. So when I did the judging for the contest, for the 12 that were the contestants, we judged them on voice quality, stage presence, obviously their story. We judge them on the ability to engage the audience engagement, and that's real important. So it was like 7 different categories that we had to really judge them on. And when we judged them, we gave them a score from 1 to 5, and those who had 5s all the way through 35, they had the highest. But what was interesting was that most people realized that they were focusing on the words. In communication, most of it is visual. So how someone commands the stage. They can start out with the question at the beginning, engaging the audience, their hand movements, how they hold the mic, how they walk. All of that is probably like about 75 to maybe almost 80% of their speech. So it's not the words. So you can write a great speech. A speechwriter can write a great speech and deliver it and be flat. But a speechwriter will give the speech to someone like a Barack Obama who delivers it and it moves you because of the other elements of that part of the speech, the stage presence, the vocal quality that goes up and down. And like, how many people feel that you can do this? And those are the things that engage the audience. So it's not just about writing the speech, but reading the audience and knowing how they are. So, anyway, so on this particular one, you can see that she is our host visionary of SpeakerCon. SpeakerCon will be going on again in 2024, same place, DMV. Where was it held? It was held at the Westin. And let me tell you, so just to give you a little bit of background. So I was there for 4 days. Yes, it is 4 days. And it's like, what can you possibly do in 4 days? A lot. So the first day was like a training. Dr. Cheryl was doing some training. She had table talks from some of the people that were in the book Resilience, which is a compilation book or anthology book. And then in the evening, they broke for dinner. And then in the evening, there was a pajama party. And so Dr. Cheryl said that she got more comments about that. What I love about Dr. Cheryl is that she's such a risk taker. She's going to, when everybody's going left, she's going to go right because it's a different way of doing things. That's just how she is. She's a risk taker. She's an entrepreneur. So with SpeakerCon, one of the things that she did is that for the ladies, they had a pajama party. We had to dress in comfy pajamas, no negligees, right? So it was just like our comfy. I had on my big fluffy robe and fluffy gym shoes, and we went to the Westin. We were in the ballroom, and we all paired off and we really talked to each other to get to know each other. It was a really good bonding. We did a sister circle. Of course, we did the line dance to We Are Family by Sister Sledge. But by then, it was very, very, she had her trainers to really explain to people about relationships and networking and how people uh, can affirm one another. Or if women, if they are not being affirmed, then that situation in the PJ party, we did affirm one another. So it was beautiful. It was just really, really good. And that was just day one. So then day two, again, more training, more speaking. She had interviews. She had a male panel. One of the male panel, uh, the leader of that was Rodney C. Burris. We're all like family here. So Rodney C. Burris, he led the panel, and the men talked about money and messaging and mindset. And Rodney talked about mindset. Day three, I was getting lost with the days at this point. Again, meeting more and more people on that Friday. She had her honorees, which I'll go through in the magazine. They were all there, and she did interviews with them and then gave them awards. And then on the last day, on the Saturday, was really all about celebration. There was a graduation from her GSU, which is her Global Speakers University. And when I tell you, Cheryl just dropped nuggets all weekend. She sold her book. I don't have it here, but she has a new book called Stories. And basically, it's like a journal where you journal stories. Every speaker is a storyteller. And sometimes maybe we don't know when we're going to use the story. So she created this journal for us to capture our stories so that we can have like a catalog of our own stories that we can pull out our pocket and tell at any point in time. Really great journal. It's about this thick, about this wide, and it's just a journal, and it has prompts in it as well. So she sold that. That was really good. And then she also sold her speaker tips books. So with me at the particular event, Terry Donaldson was one of the people that spoke on the stage. She's really, really good. Uh, and she had other ones as well. Yolanda M. Smith, that was part of that as well. But part of that is that because our community is so connected, there's a lot of people. Dr. Eric Holmes from BSN, who is also part of Cheryl's group. He was a volunteer there. And then Stacey Hawkins Adams, who drove down from Richmond. She was part of Speak Sell Shine, and so was Yolanda and Terry. Cheryl spoke at Speak Sell Shine. So you can see where there is a lot of synergy among the speakers. We all kind of show up at the same places, and we're friends. We're not competitors, we're collaborators. Because a lot of times what I have, Cheryl can give, or what Cheryl doesn't have, then I can share, or what Brian does, he shares. So all of us are in this together. It's our industry. We're professional speakers, so professionals flow in the same circles, not as competitors, but just flowing together to collaborate, to introduce all good people, right? All good people. Dr. Renee, who was supposed to be our MC today, having technical difficulties, she was the MC. She did a fabulous job. Let me tell you about MCs. It's not an easy job. You got to keep it moving. You got to keep it flowing. You have to keep the energy up all through the days, all through the conference. So she was the person that would bring Cheryl up, do the introductions. If there's lags in between of stage setup, she's one keeping the audience going. It's a gift to be an MC. So kudos to Dr. Renee Starling Allen for doing that. There she is. There she is. So she couldn't make it on today because of technical difficulties. But listen,